something new here. I'm going to try a little bit different thing. Some of you might remember these from growing up as a kid. Maybe your grandmother used to use them. I was kind of looking all around trying to find one. There was one at a rummage sale and I didn't think I wanted one. And did pick one up, found one at a hardware store, I guess a new one. I was kind of more into antique one, but oh well, here it is. And I guess they are called chinois. I think I'm saying that right. Maybe I'm not. But the goal here today is to basically show you what's in the box of this thing, kind of give you a little review. And I got a whole bunch of choke cherries, as you can see, and we are going to turn them into juice, and I have another plan for those. But first off, I want to show you all of this stuff. It's actually a display model, so it's kind of taken apart. But the stand, you see that? Kind of neat piece, has a little rest for your top part of it, and also obviously whatever you want to call that, a drum, a beater, smasher, I don't know, what sorts of thing to call that, and another container. So that just fits in there like so, and in theory you're supposed to put your berries in and go like that, and they're supposed to smush up. But since I'm doing a review too for you guys, wanted to show you how that works. I don't have this cleaned yet, so I'm going to do that really quick. Got soapy water sink here, and brush that in there, and this. I'll throw that in there. I'm guessing that's fine. Anybody used them before, have a comment, let me know, but I don't know how else you would clean them. So actually, I'm going to let them sit there first for a little bit, and I'm going to do one other thing. I'm going to take our kettle. And this is a new experiment too. I've been looking online trying to figure out how exactly this is supposed to work. And since choke cherries themselves, they are rather soft. So I'm going to do two tests. I don't know if I'm going to do a kettle here yet, or see if we can juice them by just throwing them in here. So I'm going to wash this guy off. Give that a little rinse with hot water, and I'm going to use a paper towel because I don't want any contaminants in this, because this is where it's at. Hopefully this works, and hopefully do it raw, because my goal is actually to boil the juice. So I don't know if I want to boil the living you know what out of the berries. And since the paper towels, I want to use something that's fairly clean. And next part is, what can we fit under one of these? Maybe we're going to get lucky with this, maybe not. And voila. On that one, I'm a little worried about that size though. This is a 2-cup. And this one is a 4-cup. If this would work, this would be great. And I think that's better. See how much we get on the counter, but I'm just going to throw a few of those in there right now. They are a pain to pick if you ever picked them. So since I want to keep this somewhat clean, let's throw some paper towel out here and see what we got. And I'll grab our I'm just going to call it a masher, because we are going to make some beer later, and most of you know this is a beer channel. So putting that in there like this, wonder if we are getting anywhere yet. And seemingly nothing too exciting here yet. Skins are breaking, but we are not getting much for juice. So I'm thinking, you know, they're obviously choke cherries, not a lot to deal with there. But I really questioning if, well, we got a little juice there now. So a little tiny bit. I think the more we get in there, the more it'll be able to work. I don't really think I have enough, but you can kind of get a little bit of juice there. So I'm going to dump some in. I'm going to quit playing around here. Got a little leaf so you can see these were natural. I picked some of these in my backyard and my parents' backyard. Oh, I got a whole little bunch of juice there. Nothing too exciting yet. And we're getting some juice finally. I guess it does help to have more berries in there. And clearly, I'm going to have to strain it. Really hoping for more juice. So I'm really questioning, well, that's better. If we did boil these up a little bit, what would happen? So I'm going to do a test run on those two guys. Do a little kettle and a little blanching. I'm going to actually take this out there. I've never done this before. One of my aunts does this, but unfortunately I wasn't able to talk to her, so I'm going to dump them in. You can see a bunch of mash there, and you can see a little juice drip there, but let's try that. So I'll see you in a couple seconds. You need to watch me boil this. I discovered, went on YouTube, did a little more research myself. Somebody else was kind of doing this without this hot rod there, but they said to boil it, but what I seen is you get too hot, your cherries start splitting, which I'm guessing you lose your juice. And they did a strainer method, we can do now, get rid of our water, and then they didn't use a masher like this, rather they mashed it in our pot, and then they did it with cheesecloth. But I think this is still going to be easier than mashing it in a pot and making a mess. So we're going to do this method, and I still probably strain this with some cheesecloth. But you should see down there, hopefully, that we are actually working fairly well now. You can see the juice there. So it is crucial to get this a little cooked up and warm. And I did add this guy into the mix to kind of push them down. And I'm just watching it so we have a mash, and I think that's where we're going to get. I think down the road, if I keep doing this, and I want to definitely do mass quantities, I think the steam juicer might be the way to really think it. I mean, this definitely works, and I can see the old timers why they do it. You know, simple, simplistic, but again, lots of manual labor, lots of time, and in our society where nobody seems to have time, I can see why this method has kind of went to the wayside. Plus, it's super messy, where a stainless steel juicer steamer, I'm thinking, is more of a set it and forget it type thing because you have a double water bath. So I'm thinking that would be the way to go, but if you guys got time and you want to do it, I think it's worth it. So I'm going to keep going here. So you got to get in there, really mash this stuff up good, not just go around in circles like I was doing. That was just too simple. But we are getting there. I got a little over 2.5 cups, and I'm thinking I probably started with close to 5 pounds of berries. I didn't weigh them, which I kind of wish I would have done, but so it is doable. You can kind of see we got a mess here, but I think as we go, a little more experience in this would have probably been better. So doing what I want to do, I want to, like I said, kind of put this in some beer. I think, you know, if you're just doing a couple small batches or a few quarts of jelly, I'm guessing you add sugar and all that. Never done jelly either. Don't plan on it, but probably have enough juice here and a little elbow grease on a Saturday. Get your workout in and not spend $100 on a juicer. I've seen the old ones of these on eBay for 20 to 25 bucks plus shipping. So you're in about $30. This one I'm gonna do it about $30 too, because I was at a local store and just thought I'd pick it up. As you can see, we still got a mess, but what I'm gonna do, run a little cheesecloth here. I'm gonna get any other contaminants off, and I'm gonna put this in our kettle, and that worked really well because I lost my cheesecloth. So dump that back in and making a bigger mess, but as we can kind of see, I was kind of smart here. Yeah, that's nice pure juice now, so that would have worked. Now I am making a great mess, but that is awesome. That's pure there. So bear with me here. Staining my fingers here too. So I'm going to show you more of this. Almost out of paper towels. I'm going to get another piece of cheesecloth, cut here, and make sure I got that covered. Okay, we're back at this mess. So I got another piece of cheesecloth. Do this a little slower. And nothing's really hot here anymore, so I'm okay. What I wanted to do here is put this in my little kettle so I could boil that off, but I'm just going to go a lot slower here. Should do the trick. Not a lot of sediment off the top. I think that's going to definitely clear our stuff up for us. Like I say, everyone, anyone that's tuning in this channel, the goal of this channel is to kind of have fun with all this, see how all this worked, all learning experience, and some of it is a lot of experimentation, trying to figure out what's the best way to make this work. Gonna cheat a little bit here and wrap that cheesecloth on the bottom. I'm gonna get a lot of sediment on top that I really don't think I want. I'll kind of strain that off, and I think this is where we're going to be at. See what we got. And actually looking at this, the better thing to do is probably run it through the strainer and then the cheesecloth, because you get a lot of that junk off and go from there. So as we can see, a lot of junk in that strainer. But that is also keeping our cheesecloth from collapsing on me. So it is a process, guys and gals. But and like I said on this channel, it is just trying to experiment with stuff and seeing what exactly works, what doesn't work. And as you can see, this is quite the experiment, quite the mess. But I think we'll have enough for at least one jar. And might seem like a lot of thinking around to a lot of you guys, but again, this channel is all about experimenting. So I think this is finally the I'll see you next time.